It was payday on Friday, which is the deadline for teams to agree on a salary with their players. It was at noon, or they go to arbitration, which, as John said, nobody wants. Not even 2018 AL MVP Mookie Betts, who agreed to a $27 million deal with the Red Sox on Friday. That $27 million broke Nolan Arenado's record of $26 million for a player in arbitration, which was set just last year. As you can see here, largest salaries for arbitration-eligible players. Arenado's just last year. Josh Donaldson got the 23 in 2018. And Bryce Harper, who is under a nice long-term contract for $330 million now, is getting paid. So if Mookie Betts can get $27 million in his final year of arbitration, what do you think he can get on the open market, John?
Yeah, this to me is the most confusing one because, I guess I'm always partial to if you want to be there, and you're getting paid handsomely, there'd be a time where you've worked out that deal already. And at the flip side, the guys that have signed before him, if you're trying to be within that realm and eke out a little bit more, that's up to the person. But it just seems like there would be an opportunity to sign a long-term contract in Boston. And who knows if there was one offered and he turned it down. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. He got paid handsomely for 1 year. And no pun intended, he's betting on himself that he's going to have that breakout year again, which the timing of that is important to parlay into. Because, look, baseball, so what have you done for me lately?
Right.
And the impression, the lasting impression of a great year at the right time parlays into a huge contract. He's not going to be broke. I'm going to break that to you, everyone, right now. He's going to get a great deal somewhere, but it doesn't look like he's going to be in Boston long term.
Not going through the full process of arbitration and trying to squeak out a little bit more almost contradicts the idea of him wanting to be a free agent. You would think if he truly does not want to be in Boston and he wants to, and I'm not saying truly doesn't want to be in Boston, but he wants to play this free agency out. He wants to get to the open market to see what's there. I'm a little shocked that we have this news today where we just agree upon 27 and I'm going to sign the 1-year deal and let's go forward. So it's just interesting how this plays out, but I do believe he does want to get to free agent. He wants to see what's out there. And as you said, betting on himself, if he throws another MVP type year up there, it's going to be a pretty good bet.
Well, we don't really know if he doesn't really want to be in Boston or if he really just wants to try and set some sort of record contract like Bryce Harper wanted to do. He set the record for the highest total contract. And we saw that graphic just a little bit ago with Mike Trout's numbers up there of 426.5. Do you think Mookie could get close to that? Where does he fall in that graphic of highest paid outfielders?
I just think this is personality driven because if you want to be an icon, you stay in Boston. It's an iconic franchise where you put up numbers and they are going to love you for eternity. And, I guess I'm too close to my process of always wanting to be in Atlanta. And I was a free agent 3 times. I didn't want to be a free agent. It just, the process played itself out. And then I had to make choices accordingly on offers that were there or not. So to me, this again, he went through an early slump where he was struggling big time. He didn't like the way he was performing. Now, obviously, he turned it around. He had a much better second half and turned the year more Mookie Betts-like. But when you get to this point, you think you're going to perform at the level you can. And
it's one of the reasons why he does perform at the level of what he does, because he has that confidence about himself and everything else. And look, it's bargained in, right? It's part of the CBA. After 6 years, you're a free agent. He had no say in who drafted him, had no say through anything else, goes out there and plays and performs. So it's every bit in his right to play next year in Boston, to go out there and see who's out there and what options does he have. Because it's not to say he might not circle around and come back to Boston. That's a possibility as well. So it's just interesting how this plays out because it boggles my mind how somebody out there could be offered X and just say, nah, I'll turn that down because there's more out there. But it's the reason why some of these guys are who they are is because they believe in themselves that much.
Well, absolutely. And honestly, $27 million for 1 year, I'd be okay with that for my lifetime contract.